Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working?
This is the Election Bureau. Hello, welcome to the Channel 1 newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hanton Lane here in the Greater Accra region. My name is Vivian Kai Lokko. Coming up in today's edition. Supreme Court rejects Speaker Bagman's application to overturn ruling on vacant seats.
Not even the President and Vice President are exempt from obeying the orders of the Supreme Court when they are made to give effect to its duty to prevent a violation of the Constitution. For the above reasons, the application is refused.
Still to come, new academic year begins amid prospectus delays for first-year senior high school students.
To wait, maybe from any moment from now, it could open. They are having challenges with the portal. We are not able to access the portal as we are speaking right now. Yeah.
Still in today's edition, chiefs and cocoa farmers in Kofi Pari in the eastern region threaten government with voter retaliation over illegal mining activities. Later, farmers in the northern region warn of potential food shortage due to drought and flood damage.
This year has been a challenging annual yam festival due to the drought. The rainfall pattern was not favorable for us. We are actually facing a serious drought, which makes our farm yield very low, very low. And in fact, looking at the crowd itself, you yourself will see that it's really hurting us.
And later in CNR Business. Today's edition of the Business of Elections, political parties report minimal financial gains from election-related comments amidst increased campaign activities.
It's a whole lucrative industry on its own, especially at this time of the season, because people cash in a lot. It's a gold mine. The unfortunate truth is that nobody gives them franchise.
bring you details of our stories. We start with the Supreme Court because it has rejected an application by the Speaker of Parliament, Albert Bagbin, to overturn an earlier ruling that barred him from declaring 4 parliamentary seats vacant. This decision adds a new layer to the legal debate on the Speaker's authority versus the judiciary's influence over parliamentary procedures. Now, the case has been adjourned until November 11, 2024 for further hearings. Channel 1 News' Jude Duncan was at the Supreme Court and he came through with his report.
The Supreme Court of Ghana has ruled against Speaker of Parliament Albert Bagbin's attempts to reverse a decision blocking him from declaring 4 seats vacant. Speaker Bagbin's application also sought to nullify a writ from the Majority Leader Alexander Penyo-Markin, which requested that the judiciary intervene to prevent further declarations on the contested seats.
Not even the President and Vice President are exempt from obeying the orders of the Supreme Court when they are made to give effect to its duty to prevent a violation of the Constitution. Because of the irreparable harm to the constituencies made up of hundreds of thousands of Ghanaians who would have lost their MPs without the option of a by-election, and the irreparable harm to the MPs who would have lost their seats in Parliament in these last few weeks to the 7th December elections, if the meaning put on Article 97(1)(g) by the Speaker was enforced without a clear determination of the disputes around it, compliance would also have enabled this court to dispose of this case by this week, including the question of whether the suit is competent in form or the jurisdiction of this court has been properly invoked. It is important, and the question of whether the jurisdiction has been properly invoked is different from whether the jurisdiction exists. It's a different legal question. It is important to place on record that both the plaintiff and the Attorney General have complied with these orders, and this court is able to complete hearing of this suit if the Speaker chooses to file no processes. For the above reasons, the application is refused.
Earlier, the Supreme Court had dismissed an objection from the Speaker's counsel challenging Justice Ernest Jewu's presence on the bench, labeling the objection as misconceived.
To the preliminary objections raised to paragraphs 21 and 49 of applicant's affidavit will be addressed in the final ruling on this application. On the objection to a panel member being a former member of a political party, this court must take judicial notice of the fact that within the ranks of the Superior Court is a former member of Parliament for the National Democratic Congress, a former General Secretary of the People's National Convention. It should be well understood that when Parliament approves a qualified citizen to be a justice of the Superior Courts, pursuant to Article 1284, the representatives of this country have appreciated the ability of that qualified person to contribute to justice delivery in the country. Second, the subject matter of this suit before this court is a constitutional dispute and not a matter involving political parties. The objection is therefore misconceived.
Following extended arguments, the Supreme Court adjourned the case to 11th November 2024, when it will continue hearing and potentially issue a judgment on the substantive matter. This adjournment follows the Attorney General's assertion that Speaker Bagbin's continued legal representation by Thaddeus Sori lacked prior approval from the Public Procurement Authority, deeming it unlawful. Attorney General Godfrey Dame clarified that he refrained from initially contesting the Speaker's Council's eligibility as a mark of respect for Parliament's leadership.
As I said, I've always tolerated the Speaker of Parliament and his representation, even though I know it's not lawful. And of course, it is not. You see, and the point must be made. It is not an attempt to prevent the Speaker from having representation. If the Speaker wants to have a lawyer, the Speaker must procure the lawyer lawfully. And then, as I said, the Attorney General, even when he's seeking the service of a lawyer to represent the government in cases outside the country, in foreign court, goes through PPR approval all the time. Even the Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice, Ediyan Bawku, who was with all respect, using the services of Sergeant Sorry, had to go to PP approval. And I know for a fact that he has not received any PP approval. And so he's in flagrant violation of the provincial law.
The Supreme Court has adjourned the case brought to it by the leader of the NPP caucus in Parliament, Alexander Penyumakin, against the Speaker of Parliament on the 4 vacated seats to 11th November 2024. This was after some long hours of debates from all parties involved in the case. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Jude Duncan.
We'll still stay with the courts because the head pastor of Alive Chapel International, Salifu Bawku, and his wife have been directed to file a complaint with the police regarding images of their son circulating in the media following a fatal accident in East Legon. The couple, along with a third individual, are on trial for allegedly permitting their son, an unlicensed driver, to appraise the vehicle involved in the accident, which resulted in the deaths of two 12-year-old teenagers. Now, during their second court appearance since the arrest, the couple expressed concerns about the images of their son being shared on social media. Their lawyers cited the Judicial Justice Act, which prohibits the publication of minors' faces, and requested that the images be removed. However, the prosecution agreed with the lawyers, but questioned how the order will be enforced and to whom it would apply. As a result, the court instructed the parents of the juvenile suspect to lodge a formal complaint with the Ghana Police Service. Let's move away from the courts. Let's do some politics. Let's do some campaign stories. We started with the NDC because his presidential candidate, John Mahama, has urged Vice President Dr. Bawumia to respond to the 5 economic questions he previously posed, criticizing him for evading the issues with a lengthy reply of 50 questions. The former president made this remark while touring the Savlugu and Kumbungu constituencies in the northern region. Shawana Yusuf has more.
Historically, the Savlugu and Kumbungu constituencies have favored the NDC, reflecting the party's dominance in northern Ghana. In Kumbungu, Mahama secured over 26,000 votes, while Nana Akufo-Addo of the NPP received 37% of the votes. In Savlugu, Mahama garnered over 62%, while Akufo-Addo secured 37%. Despite the NDC's strong win in these constituencies from the presidential elections, their opponents, the NPP, are making inroads with the parliamentary elections. In the last parliamentary elections, however, the NDC's Abdullahi Jacob Idris won the Savlugu seat with just over 60%, narrowly defeating the NPP's Mohammed Abdul Samad Gunu. In the Kumbungu constituency, the NDC's Dr. Hamza Adam claimed victory with nearly 20,000 votes, defeating the NPP's Idrisu Mokhtar. Addressing a rally in Savlugu and Kumbungu on Wednesday, October 30th, 2024, Mahama criticized the vice president for avoiding direct answers, likening his response to that of a kindergarten child reciting a rhythm. He emphasized that the economy is the central issue of this election, invoking Bill Clinton's famous 1992 campaign phrase, "It is about the economy."
The way the Ghanaian economy is in crisis today, and people were talking about immigration, talking about all kinds of useless things. You know what the Clinton people said? It is about the economy. Today, I'm repeating those words. This election is about the economy. It's not about all those other useless things about who built how many compost plants. Answer the 5 simple questions. And you can't hide behind the debate. You don't need the debate to answer the 5 questions.
The Yona Abdullahi Yakubu Andani voiced concerns about the current state of the free senior high school policy, noting that prolonged student absence and shortened term have become burdensome for parents. He urged Mahama to reform the free senior high school system to increase contact hours for students and enhance the quality of education.
Be my chance shukuru nta golko yanno ka kuna ntano kirata ya kala ka tramile dutune dutune tempo me shukurma karbesham bi chance shukuru onen kirata o kuna yan onon gwaline ama bi yanno the
former MP for Kumbungu, Ras Mubarak, assured Mahama of overwhelming support from the district in the upcoming election, emphasizing that this election will be about experience versus inexperience.
This election is a choice between experience and inexperience. It's a choice between a man who builds and a party and a candidate who destroys. And we in Kumbungu district wish to assure His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama that in this election, his margin of victory for Kumbungu would be so overwhelming that we've ever seen before.
Former President John Dramani Mahama has tasked the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to respond to his 5-point questions and not hide behind the 50-point questions that he also posed in response to his questions. He made this known during his visit to Savulugu and Kumbungu, both in the northern region, as part of his 3-day visit or his 3rd-day visit to the region. For Channel 1 News, my name is Shawana Yusuf, reporting from Tamale in the northern region.
We'll still stay with the campaign trail. Let's take you to that of the MPP because his vice president and the chairman of the Police Council, Dr. Bawumia, has charged the police service to ensure peaceful and incident-free elections in December. Now, while addressing the commissioning ceremony for 430 police officers promoted to the rank of Assistant Superintendent of Police ASP, Dr. Bawumia commended the police for their work in previous elections and urged the service to avoid complacency. Charles Owusu-Komi has more.
Ghana has earned a reputation as a beacon of African democracy after 8 successful elections in the Fourth Republic. The Ghana Police Service has played an integral role in the electoral process, maintaining peace before, during, and after each electoral cycle. As the elections approach, the police are again taking center stage in security management. A recent Global Info Analytics poll revealed that 58% of Ghanaians trust the police to deliver a peaceful election. However, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has urged the service not to be complacent.
Every election presents its own nuanced situation. We are, however, confident of the professionalism of the police. The police is always at the center of elections security in Ghana, and it is important that officers act responsibly. The neutral, fair, and firm election policing that we have witnessed in before should be reasons for optimism.
With the emergence of digital transportation systems and the influx of services like Uber and Bolt, local taxi drivers have expressed concerns about their inability to compete as consumers increasingly prefer the convenience of digital options. In addition to commercial buses known locally as trotro, taxis are a major means of transport, with many individuals and families relying on their earnings for sustenance. To address this issue, the Vice President promised local taxi drivers a ride-hailing application of their own. Critics have questioned why he has not implemented the policies he promised during his campaign, but it appears Dr. Bawumia is moving forward with some of these initiatives by launching Go Ride.
This initiative reflects our government's unwavering dedication to supporting local businesses and driving economic growth. by keeping the profits generated by GoRide within our borders, we are conserving foreign exchange, fostering local wealth creation, and enhancing our national economy.
The Vice President also encouraged Ghanaians to embrace opportunities in the digital space as a means to transform the economy.
Because sometimes people don't quite get what we are doing. Say, oh, the Vice President is launching an app. You know, it's sort of like an app. What has that got to do with the economy? Then you look at a company like Uber, which is an app for ride hailing, right? What is the value of Uber? I checked yesterday the most recent value for Uber, this app. That is $163 billion. You are either going to be the developers of these apps or the users of these apps. And we have to make that choice. If you want to empower your local economy and be a full participant in the fourth industrial revolution, you have to be developing many of these apps.
The Vice President has had a busy day today, from commissioning officers of the Ghana Police Service to launching the GoRide app, which is in fulfillment of a promise the Vice President made to local taxi drivers who have complained about the operations of foreign digital transportation companies like Uber and Bolt in the local taxi business. The Vice President says the launch of this app is a testament to the government's commitment to local businesses. For Channel 1 News, my name is Charles Osukumi.
And here in the studio, my name is Vivian Kai Lokko. This is the Election Bureau. We want you to stay tuned for comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. If you want everything around the elections, you have to follow us for real-time updates, and you have to join the conversation. We want you to use the hashtag GhanaPolls2024. It's still the Channel 1 newsroom, still to come. New academic year begins amidst prospectus delays for first-year senior high school students. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to what the papers are saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little.
Welcome back to Channel 1 Newsroom. Let's bring you some more stories. On Wednesday, October 30, 2024, the academic year began for first-year students at single track and transitional senior high schools nationwide. However, some students have not reported to school due to delays in receiving their prospectus, leaving parents and students frustrated and concerned. Rachel Engman has more.
The academic year officially started on Wednesday for first-year students, but many are unable to attend due to lack of essential items for their prospectus. Parents have been seen returning home with their awards, citing technical challenges with the online portal as the reason they couldn't access the list of required items.
I was told to come tomorrow, but I'm hoping to come on. I would prefer to come on Monday when I'm certain that it's actually in.
We came around 11, 12 that way. And then we were told we were supposed to follow a certain portal. Yeah, so the portal contains their details. If it's a boarding, he's coming. He's supposed to get a house, and then the, how do you call it, prospectus as well. So we are told to wait. Maybe from any moment from now, it could open. They are having challenges with the portal. We are not able to access the portal as we are speaking right now. Yeah.
Students expressed their disappointment over the delays in an interview with Channel 1 News.
I told we are supposed to attend to school today, but I came. They said we should go. We should come back later.
So how do you feel about that?
I'm not quite happy about that.
Why?
Because I wanted to attend to school today.
It's quite pathetic that we just resumed today, so it's stressful. So,
why is it stressful?
Because it was unexpected. So they told us when we are coming tomorrow, we should bring the items.
Headmaster of St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, Paul Amoisi Beidu, revealed that the government has not yet provided uniforms.
The only issue I see is probably but even that was even on some of the, the uniform, because I see a lot of them in Mufti. And so we are giving them what they should use until the government brings their uniform. No government brings SO's uniform for them. And so we have asked them to go and get white shirt, and then khaki shorts, at least, whilst we are waiting for government's supply.
Vendors also reported a decline in parental shopping, which they attributed to the late release of school placement results, leaving families with limited preparation time.
Business community like us who have to stock items and then sell to parents. So my advice is that always it would be very good for government to bring out the date, the reopening date ahead of time, so that each individual stakeholder would prepare well.
Ba ye die obi amaye ba mienu bi omo enya omo de ne de omo aba abeto bo obi oho ba wo de ma no si oh ibo ye dun last year sika mi to no 30 cedis say 50 cedis no waja ho na okọ nti ade to ne de e slow.
The General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, Thomas Tanko Musa, has called for an extension of the reopening date, noting the recent placement release as a reason parents may need more time to prepare.
Some adjustment will have to be made to enable the students, together with the parents, get full complement of their issues resolved, and so that when they go to the schools, they can also go there and go through all their protocols.
Meanwhile, spokesperson for the Education Ministry, Kwesi Kwartin, reassured parents that they have until November 7, 2024 before academic activities formally commence for first-year students.
But I think the most important point that we have to make for parents to know, and even all the prospective students to know, is that if you are even unable to be in school and begin your registration process today or tomorrow, you are not using your admission slots. There is still an opportunity for you, particularly when the academic activities have not started, which is yet to start on the 7th of November.
Senior high schools reopened today for Form 1 students across Ghana, but some students are absent due to challenges with their prospectus. Delays in receiving essential items have raised concerns among parents, preventing their children from starting school on time. Authorities have addressed the issue. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Rachel Engman.
Now, the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAC, has endorsed Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono's decision to immediately close courts in the Upper East region due to the escalating conflict in Bawku. The recent violence has resulted in at least 16 deaths and numerous injuries, prompting the government to impose a 12-hour curfew on the town. In the latest incident, one person has been confirmed dead following a gun battle in Bawku. The deceased, identified as Tahiru Dambala, was a local Forex Bureau trader who was traveling to a community within Bawku when the incident occurred. This brings the total death toll to 17, including 7 women, since the re-emergence of the conflict on Friday. As tensions escalate, schools and major business activities have been closed. The National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, has expressed concerns about the impact of the conflict on the future of education in the area. Let's now turn our attention to stories around illegal mining. Before we bring you stories related to illegal mining, let's take you to other stories. Now, Emmanuel Yasan Azuma, who lost his wife and 2 children in a tragic drowning accident in the Awabe River, has raised concerns about Ghana's emergency response system. He believes that the delayed arrival of Ghana National Fire Service officials worsened the situation, leaving inexperienced local divers to attempt a difficult rescue. Now, speaking about his family, Azuma urged authorities to prioritize quicker response times to save lives during emergencies. Channel 1 News' Ashanti Regional Correspondent Fatih Aminu Ibrahim has more.
Emmanuel Yassan Azuma's wife, 2 children, and 2 others perished after their vehicle veered off the Daba Akropong Road, plunging into the Owabi River. The tragic incident has left Azuma and his other family members devastated.
Ntimabusuya ase ahye me mama lodena ko wabame lorenshia nka wabame enka me yere ko temenchen se mo abam amonsore ono no so enye me atu omunyina afre me saya ya erade na me bompa so omom baby pa entena Helena da yie lodena da yie Dorenshia me dofo me broni a oye me atu da yie.
When Channel 1 News visited Azuma's residence at Daba, mourners were gathering to offer condolences. Azuma recounted the incident, expressing his frustration with the late response by the Ghana National Fire Service, which left untrained locals to struggle with the rescue.
I'm a slaban before no says a from or mumfa, no muye adom. Come ye adoma, Kamabushia, as a enche. All console far a month for papa ye, and I say, ye, because a month for Nimi, and a month for Jenna, quine chain, a train say, Obeba Amana Afubi. The slaban before. So mom why or quine so ye from or mumfa, and I or mumra. Come ban tema and ye, because it jar 1 hour. I am here for about 1 hour. Because me kojina wasa na me koko fodua. E kom me yira adwuma na me san be sin costume ansa me san ba me ba na me ka se me fuwe e bia na bibia asi na mato na bia me ka fuwe na ensu bibia me ko. Me gina hoto fuwe 200 ansa me san dimirika e ba o check ni nyina na e be bo 1 hour ana be ye tinko wo hono ma. Sedanka o musi o mudi kan e kire se nko mo home den ke bia nko me home a chensa na nka ma nya bi. So na nya bi.
In the wake of this tragedy, Akropong residents are calling for authorities to widen the narrow Daba Akropong Road, which they say becomes especially dangerous after rainstorms, increasing the risk of accidents.
Amangana banzo tedia ekwano hanu bridge is more o fa kra kwa ehu so mutie no to mabo boy no mo be mama dia ke kwano a small kwan o fa ho a enye easy so we dey gina high cry ka ti do fa finfini utunye ba bia na wafa tigana ma yesre no so mutie ni Ghana mpanyifo na ya mutie no to mabo boy ma ya ke be ni beje ho.
And the residents believe that the expansion of this road will help reduce such unfortunate occurrences. For Channel 1 News, I am Fatih Amin Ibrahim, Akropong, Ashanti region.
This is Channel 1 Newsroom. My name is Vivian Kai Lokko. When we come back, farmers in the northern region warn of potential food shortage due to drought and flood damage. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who is that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Welcome back to Channel 1 Newsroom with me, Vivian Kai Lokko. Let's bring you some more stories. Farmers in the northern region, or actually chiefs cocoa farmers and residents of Kofi Pare, a cocoa growing community in the Ayaswano district of the eastern region, are threatening to vote against the government if it fails to halt illegal mining activities there by Ignite Mining Company. Our eastern regional correspondent has more.
At this time of the year, farmers in the northern region are usually among the most contented as they typically have abundant produce to eat and sell. But this year tells a different story. Farmers have been hit hardest by adverse weather conditions. From July to September, the region experienced a severe shortage of rainfall, leading to major crop losses. When the rains finally arrived, in the mid-September, many farmers switched to planting fast-maturing crops to recover their losses. However, the intense rainfall led...
So I'm currently in the middle of a cocoa plantation here at Kofi Pare in the Ayenswano district of the Eastern region. Now, this is a farming area where specifically farmers here grow cocoa. There are several hectares of cocoa plantation that I've walked through this morning here. But this beautiful cocoa, as we are seeing here, risk being cut down by activities of illegal miners who have invaded this community. We are going to get close to the people, talk to some opinion leaders as well as the youth to find out how this development is affecting their livelihood. In the past years, cocoa boards pruning initiatives brought new life to Kofi Pari's cocoa plantations with full support from the community. However, this peaceful community has seen unrest over the past 6 months as Ignite Mining Limited, armed with prospecting license, began illegally mining in the area. The miners operate around the clock, often brandishing firearms and intimidating residents through indiscriminate warning shots.
Yeah, Mfibesa Esomuni, and a bank smart cocoa board for Siwamraha. No me try cocoa. Now when we are Mayan, and pa will buy. Ungabe kucha cocoa negu. Unga duya Mayan. Cocoa now I do baby. I was a so. Ya was a banana. Also, my was a woman do a cocoa mine. On we answer what the man in Fubaha. Woman 2 young cocoa no commerce.
Abusuapin Anaditra, Jason of Kofi Pari, described how his cocoa plantation was destroyed without his knowledge.
What to cocoa nina? Enyasem Ketua, a branty Bawku, a wire of Kesipa, one of you of Funina, every cream. Enti, yes, yem pewon waha. Nanado nana, once on Pegalam say, on Susi. Go share assassinasi wometu kokoni ne go na wani here.
Despite the community's collective opposition to mining, Ignite Mining Limited has continued operations, forcing its way into farmland. The miners' actions have contaminated rivers relied upon by residents for daily needs, forcing traditional leaders to consider the next steps. Eric Ewukofe, spokesperson for the traditional area, voiced the community's anger.
Please, we are calling on the government again that if measures are not taken to curb the situation over here, the unlawful mining, unlawful prospecting, and the unlawful entry into our lands, we will vote against the certain government. We are begging on you, Ayeswanu constituency, the entire community. Please, we are calling on you to come to our aid. Come and curb the situation. Stop the mining over here. That is the only land we have. We work on it to feed our children, our wives. We also support them in our education.
Channel 1 News accompanying local youth on a 40-minute walk through damaged farmlands to one of the mining sites where illegal activities persist.
Yes, Rabbi. So, if you man 3 days, yes, sir. This is the omwayen. Josephine answer omwayen omwayen. Wedin ya broke se panti aban yesrew and amon bi ese otubiano.
Assembly member Doris Koko Nyame expressed frustration, noting that multiple complaints to authorities have yielded no action.
Okay, from the beginning, we are report the case to Commander. BNI officer is aware. District Chief Executive is aware. He came here 2 times. Mineral Commission, they also came here. And EPA, they also came here. But still, what is going on? We don't stop it. So we want peace. We don't want to take the law into our hands.
Isaac Painti, a youth leader in Kofi Pari, warned that the youth whose livelihoods depend on cocoa farming are ready to act if government intervention does not come soon. He emphasized that with rising unemployment, they are losing their primary means of survival to illegal mining. The Council of Elders, chiefs and opinion leaders, the only option left is to signal their outrage by withholding votes from the government if these miners are not removed.
Enti no kwasem sabang no wa me pam sa nipa na mayenga yebeto abanetian.
In other cocoa growing communities across the eastern region have lost similar battles against illegal mining. Kofi Pari's residents are determined not to meet the same fate, but they fear time is running out. So right behind me are two excavators being used by these illegal miners here on a cocoa plantation here at Kofi Pari. Now, I can count more than 7 armed men on top of the excavator. We understand they are taking their rest after working throughout the night yesterday. They've destroyed several acres of cocoa plantation, including sugarcane plantation here at Kofi Pari. The residents are aggrieved. They are worried by this developing trend, and they believe that the government needs to halt their activities. They are threatening to vote against this current government if immediate steps are not taken to drive away these illegal miners from the cocoa growing area here. For Channel 1 TV, Neo Ni Amati Kanaku, Kofi Pari, Ayenswano constituency.
Now, farmers in the northern region are sounding the alarm over a potential food shortage in the country, citing the combined effects of a prolonged dry spell followed by destructive floods that have severely damaged crops. These farmers are expressing concerns about the strain these conditions have placed on their livelihoods and are urging the government to intervene quickly to prevent a crisis. Now, this year's annual Yam Festival, celebrated by the people of Kandin in the Tatale-Sunguli district, served as a platform for these worries to be voiced. Channel 1 News' Northern Regional Correspondent Mohammed Aminu Alabira reports.
At this time of the year, farmers in the northern region are usually among the most contented as they typically have abundant produce to eat and sell. But this year tells a different story. Farmers have been hit hardest by adverse weather conditions. From July to September, the region experienced a severe shortage of rainfall, leading to major crop losses. When the rains finally arrived in the mid-September, many farmers switched to planting fast-maturing crops to recover their losses. However, the intense rainfall led to widespread flooding, causing yet another disaster. The floods not only destroy crops but also wash away the hopes of farmers, leaving them feeling helpless. Unlike past yam festivals, this year's celebration was notably devoid of yams. Residents of Kandang, who are predominantly farmers, have gathered to mark the 26th anniversary of their yam festival, but with scarce yams in sight. Many question what there is to celebrate. Speaking to Channel 1 News, the residents share how the annual celebration has become more of a ritual to appease the gods and seek blessings for a better harvest next year.
This year has been a challenging annual yam festival due to the drought. The rainfall pattern was not favorable for us. We are actually facing a serious drought, which makes our farm yield very low, very, very low. And in fact, looking at the crowd itself, you yourself will see that it's really hurting us.
Farmers suffered a lot. No rain, the yams that they planted, everything spoiled. The maize, everything away. And now that the rain started coming, the food crops are spoiled already. And now the little that we had, then we say, no, we can't leave it like that. We have to organize ourselves and then come together and then put our heads together and then talk and plan for the next year. That is why we are celebrating our Yam Festival this year.
The local chief also expressed his disappointment over the hardship brought on by the harsh conditions, joining his community in sharing their grievances.
Every year we do celebrate our Yam Festival, but this year we have so many challenges. That challenge is the drought for 4 or 5 good months. We don't receive the rainfall. So we here we are farmers, especially we farm yams, we farm maize and all products. But it seems there's a problem.
In frustration, some residents are now warning that if the roads are not improved, they will hold their votes in the upcoming elections. The roads from Zabzugu to Kandang and from Kandang to Taltali are particularly treacherous. Speaking to Channel 1 News, the residents share their grievances over the condition of these critical roads.
I don't see why you manage to pass and come and do campaign here, but you don't see how the road is. Every year you people comes here, but you see how bad the road is, and you work for that. Why? We have rivers there. You cross a river and you can see how the road is destroyed. You pass through there, right? You saw how destroyed the road was, but they won't even mind. They won't work on it. I stayed away from my village for so many years. I just came to visit, and I didn't like the way I've seen the road. I'm begging the government, he should please let his people come and work on my community.
From Kandang going to Zabzgo, Zabzgo Road, the road is not good for us to go to Zabzgo, especially during the rainy season. We can't go to Zabzgo market. There is so many problems. To buy salt or anything from Zabzgo, we can't go, especially August to September going. There's no chance for us at all. Secondly, to Kandang Road, from Kandang Road to Tetel Sangu district, we have the same problem we are facing.
The chief has also backed the community's demand, calling for repairs to be completed before the elections.
I'm the chief representative. I'm aware of that problem. Even the district assembly, the MP and the DC, when they came, we laid that problem to them. This year, if we couldn't get better road, it will, be a problem for us to vote, because we have been voting for several times. This is not the first time. For long, the road is not doing. Even at all, we don't say they should be the tire road. That to fill the potholes or to make the bridge, so that it will help us in our farm products. This year, within this month, the rain season, we cannot pass to Zabzgo, we cannot pass to the Tali, we cannot pass to Shidi, even Shidi, Sangba, we cannot go. So it's a big problem, and it's a challenge to that every Kandung community.
They are wondering why the drip projects are kept at the assembly without being used. They are calling on them to fix the roads from here to Zabzugu and Kandang to Taltali. Both places are impassable. From Kandang Road, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira for Channel 1 News.
You're still watching the Channel 1 newsroom. Next is CNR Business with Nete Ajaho.
CNR Business is brought to you by MTN.
Hello and welcome to CNR Business, proudly brought to you by MTN. My name is Nete Ajaho. Let's begin from revenue and budget associated with elections. Despite the typical surge in economic activities that accompanies election seasons, some political parties report minimal financial gains from company-related commerce. In this week's episode of the Business of Elections, we delve into the unique new items political parties are branding for their campaigns and explore which groups are capitalizing on election business. My colleague Nashika Caesar has the details.
Across the world, political parties invest heavily in the branding of party merchandise, distributing these items during campaign tours. Common examples include T-shirts, posters, and vehicles. Recently, however, more unconventional items have appeared, such as branded sneakers, cloth, jewelry, and other unique products. Traders, especially those affiliated with these political parties, report significant profits from selling these items.
This one is 30 Ghana, 30 cedis. And this one is 80 Ghana.
Where do you get it? Do you print it here?
Yes. We have my brothers and my sister.
Is it lucrative? Do people buy it?
Hey, they are buying it. I can't even count people who they are buying it a day.
Oh, it's 300 Ghana.
This one is 300 cedis. Okay. Do you have other type?
No, I have only this one. And I have 24-hour cap.
How much is the cap?
30 Ghana. I have bangles.
How much are the bangles?
10 cedis.
How much are these ones as well?
I have utilized 10 cedis.
Despite the success traders enjoy from selling these branded products, the political parties themselves seem to be missing out on any financial benefits from these sales. Deputy National Organizer of the NDC, Elikem Kotoko, explains the reasons behind this trend and shares his party's plans to address the issue.
Who have procured the one that is.
And that's it for CNR Business. It was proudly brought to you by MTN. My name is Netelinete Ajaho.
CNR Business was brought to you by MTN.
For today's edition of the Channel 1 Newsroom, my name is Vivian Kai Lokko. We'll see you again next time.